I've been burning my bridges for too many years, drowning the sorrow of too many tears. Women and whiskey are my only friends. One gives me strength and one just pretends. I've been waiting my whole life for things to work out right, but those lonely days turns into lonely nights. Yes, they do. I love the blues, they tell my story. If you don't feel it, you can never understand. So many times I've thought about it, and now I know just what it means to be a man. Every day I realize, you can see it in my eyes, I'll never wait, hesitate. Cause I love the life I live, I'm gonna live the life I choose. You gotta understand, I'm walking in the shadow of the blues. All of my life I have a shady reputation. I've been the black sheep of the family all along. I never know, deep in my heart I'm feeling guilty. I've been accused of never knowing right from wrong. Every day I realize, you can see it in my eyes, I'll never wait, oh, hesitate. Cause I love the life I live, I'm gonna live the life I choose, yeah. You gotta understand, I'm walking in the shadow of the blues. Oh yeah! My father said you're crazy, and said what you gonna do? He left with my guitar and said I'll leave it all to you. I'm gonna live the life I love, I'm gonna live the life I choose, yeah. And I'm walking in the shadow of the blues.
Hey guys, a bit of a different video for you today. I want to share some of my vocal practice with you, just for fun basically. Maybe to inspire some of you to sing more, because I have been like a terrible, beyond terrible singer from the start, about 10 years ago or something. And I've come to a place where I think I sound, pretty good. Starting to be able to sing some of the things that I've always wanted to sing. Some of these David Coverdale songs that you're hearing in this video is good examples of that. These are songs that I definitely could not sing, a couple of years ago. But these past maybe, 3 years or so, has been really, a lot of things that have happened with my voice, which is really cool. Because now as I said, I can do some things that I always wanted to be able to do with my voice. Just a little bit about me singing only kind of David Coverdale songs in this video. I snuck in a couple of phrases from Glenn Hughes as well, which didn't sound too good, I think, but it's just kind of fun to try to use that contrast in the voice, because they have very different ways of using their voices. David Coverdale's very big, heavy voice, and Glenn Hughes is very kind of lighter and very different voices. But this is what I usually do when I'm working on my voice. I kind of focus in on one singer, try to get some specific things out of their technique, basically. resonance is a big thing in singing, where you kind of feel the vibrations of your voice in your face, basically, and how you kind of aim and focus your sound. This might sound like really abstract nonsense to those of you who doesn't sing, but I think you can really hear it when you listen to different singers. Like take Coverdale and Glenn Hughes, for instance. They sound really different, and a lot of that is due to resonance and how they use the all the muscles from well, basically from the diaphragm and up, but it's more than that too. Everybody has a unique voice, we all know that, but yeah, this is not really meant to be an imitation, in the way like a comedian who does imitations. That's not really the point. It's more about trying to get specific things out of the singer's technique. Because when I sing my own music, or like blues rock covers or whatever, I don't really sound too much like David Coverdale, but I do enjoy singing like Whitesnake songs and things, and just trying to get sort of close to that, because it's a cool sound. That said, I kind of happened to do this yesterday. I wasn't really prepared to sing a bunch of Coverdale songs. It just ended up being that way, and you'll hear that I mess up a bunch of the lyrics and some of the melodies and things. That's because I haven't heard these songs in a couple of years. Actually, I think I kind of fallen off the Whitesnake bandwagon. I used to sing along with these tracks so much a couple of years ago, just really struggling through them. Now I can pretty much get there, a lot of the time at least. But yeah, if you're interested in hearing more of this kind of vocal technique nerdery, I will talk more about it at the end of the video, so you can just skip that part if you're not interested and just listen to some of the some of the clips from the rehearsal room if you just want to hear me sing a little bit. Back to the clips here.
I heard the sound of thunder on the day that I was born. I was blinded by the lightning, baptized in the storm. My father started crying when he saw what he had done, but my mother started praying, have mercy on my son. He's a child of Babylon. I am a child of Babylon. I'm gonna take you to the limit of my love before I turn and walk away. I've had enough of holding on to promises of yesterday. Every road in my life, it seems, trouble's knocking at my door. I need a woman to treat me good, give me everything a good woman should. Every day and every night, you've been waiting on a brown-eyed boy to come and treat her right. I'm a Lovehunter, baby, sneaking up on you. I'm a Lovehunter, baby, waking up on you. I'm gonna give you all my loving and use my tail on you. In my time I've been a backdoor man, taking everything I could, but I've given all I can. I don't want no woman to treat me wrong. Black cat moans when it's burning with the fever. A stray dog howls when it's lonely in the night. A woman go crazy with the thoughts of retribution. But a man starts weeping when he's sick and tired of life. Dreams of tomorrow. Feel I'm wasting my time lighting candles in the wind. Oh, it's taking my chances on the promise of the future. But I can't for sorrow makes a lonely stream. The sun is shining, but it's raining in my heart. No one understands the heartache, no one feels the pain. 'Cause no one ever sees the tears when you're crying in the rain. When you're crying in the rain. Crying in the rain. Never deny all the sweet things I've tasted. Though I've been mistreated, I keep coming back for more. I don't know where I'm going, 'cause I'm broke for retribution. But I can't seem to separate the good times from the bad. The sun is shining, but it's raining in my heart. No one understands the heartache, no one feels the pain. 'Cause no one ever sees the tears when you're crying in the rain. 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 You're drifting on an empty ocean with no wind to feel your sail. The future, your horizon, it's like searching for the Holy Grail. You feel there's no tomorrow as you look into the water below. Only a reflection, and you still ain't got no place to go. Time will show when I don't know. Sail away tomorrow, saved by the wind. Fine to steal or borrow, but I'll be there someday. Yeah, yeah. cold. Tell me, where did I go wrong? You feel like I'm going to surrender. Hard times, I've had enough. If I can find a place to hide my face, I believe I could get the gold. Time will show. Well, I don't know. Sail away tomorrow, saved by the wind. It's fine to steal or borrow, and I'll be there someday. I got more than I asked for. There ain't nothing I need. I took all till I had more. I'm always taking the lead. Old man shaking dice down on the street, try to make a living somehow. But I'm really sure about getting things sorted out. I'm getting ready right now. You can't hold me, I have told you. Might just take your life, might just take your life.
So I want to talk a little bit about what I'm hearing when I'm listening back to this, because it felt in one way in the rehearsal room yesterday, and listening back to it now, I kind of, see some things, hear some things that I think is interesting to point out. A lot of it is just pretty much saying that singing is so much of a mental game, and you can really hear that, because in some of the clips I get really kind of unsure about the lyrics, because I'm kind of mixing up the verses of the song or whatever, and right away, even though I'm not trying to do that, my voice kind of loses its focus and a lot of its resonance, and my breathing kind of goes out a little bit. I think this might be kind of subtle to hear, but I can really tell, just because for me at least, there's a big difference between my kind of confident singing and my not so confident singing. It's really a mental game. That's interesting, and that's also pretty much the reason I think why some of the Glenn Hughes verses there sounded, my voice kind of cracked, and it didn't sound good just because I wasn't confident in what I was doing. So that's kind of interesting to point out, because I think if you're singing confidently, maybe you're about 70% of the way there already. Next, you're just working on improving your technique, or hitting the pitches better, or whatever. The mental game is a huge part of it. Some of the things that I'm working on right now, especially last night there, I'm really focusing in on my breathing. And for the longest time I thought breathing wasn't too important, and I thought I had okay breathing, and I've worked on this a lot before, and I've gotten a lot better through the years. But I realized that there's a lot to be done still, and I realized that yesterday. It was like, wow, if I really focus in on it and have some real proper deep breathing and keep my voice or my throat open, the voice is just so much better, so much more resonant, so much more kind of focus in the voice, and that's kind of a revelation I had yesterday, going back to kind of confident versus non-confident singing. It's kind of the same thing with the breathing. When I take a full proper breath and I kind of maintain a big breath when singing, there's kind of a focus to the voice that's just not there if I'm taking more shallow breaths, or of course when I'm exhaling too much air. That's not good for the vocal cords. So yeah, the breathing is a huge part of it as well. That's what I'm working on right now. Also resonance, because the kind of David Coverdale mixed voice sound, mixed voice being, when you use kind of it's a mix between chest voice, that kind of heavy speaking voice that I'm using now, and head voice or falsetto or whatever you want to call it, kind of a blend between those. You can go seamlessly in between. To do that, a lot of singers, or I guess all singers in one way or another, kind of change resonance, because in the chest voice you don't really have to have a lot of kind of nasal airflow and resonance, but when you're singing a mixed voice you kind of need to do that. There's a couple of different ways to do that, and I've been watching a lot of Chris Liepe's videos on mixed voice. I can link some link around here. To me he's the best teacher on YouTube for rock singers, and he talks a lot about kind of dying cat or crow resonances and things like Chris Cornell uses, but also David Coverdale. I think he's doing a lot of that kind of crow resonance, and you can hear that a lot in Coverdale's voice when he's up around maybe a G or somewhere, kind of it's kind of mid-range, higher mid-range of his vocal register. There's kind of a shift in resonance, and I always used to wonder why that was, because it's real obvious in his voice, and I think it's more obvious the lower the voice, the natural voice is, Coverdale being like a low baritone or something. Chris Cornell, same thing, also kind of obvious shifts in resonance, whereas both of them kind of do a weird mouth shape as well, which I'm trying out. It's basically, widening, showing a bit of teeth, and even like having the lower lip or lower jaw kind of in, that kind of thing. You can see that all the time in both Chris Cornell and David Coverdale. The classic kind of Coverdale belting face is kind of like that. I think it's something I thought was kind of a flaw in his singing. I thought that was like, oh, that looks like a lot of tension and things, and maybe it is, but I think it's also a big proponent of how he got his sound and how he actually reached those notes, I guess. So you shouldn't, write something off just because it looks in a certain way to you, because I've been watching, I used to watch these kind of tension-free singing vocal lessons and things, which I just don't think it works when it comes to rock singing. Maybe if you're singing R&B or something, sure, really light sounds and things, that probably works great, but if you're singing rock, I think there needs to be some sort of tension, not strain, but tension, for sure. But yeah, that's a lot of vocal geekery for one video, I think. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. For me, it's really fun to share some of these things, because singing is such a big part of my voice. Oh, yeah, of course, singing is a big part of my voice, part of my life, I mean. So it's fun to share it Are any of you singers? Write it in the comments below. What are your favorite singers? Are you trying to work on some of their songs, and what do you like about them? I'm really interested to hear. So as I said, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.